Mall of America and American Dream are the two largest malls in the US, and at least one of them for now. They attract millions of visitors every single year. They both have a Nickelodeon Universe theme park, offer thousands of retail shops, and many more attractions all indoors, but I have to say that there is a possibility that at least one of these places, or even both of them, could potentially close down. Now, everything I'm going to say in this video, please don't take to heart. Right now, I'm just making the situation as it is, and how the people who own Mall of America and own American Dream, how they may take care of the situation to try to stay afloat and hopefully not have to shut down either of these complexes or potentially have to sell it off. This video may be a little complex to understand, but please watch it to the very end because there's going to be a lot of financial stuff in the video that explains what will happen to these malls. I'll try to break it down the best I can, but let's just get into the grief. Just starting off the elephant in the room with American Dream, the high-risk mall that started back in 1994 with the Mills Corporation, then took over in 2002 from the Xanadu Corporation. That lasted till 2010 until finally the 555 Group took over. The same people that own Mall of America and the West Edmonton Mall will try to complete the project, and it finally opened in October of 2019. Not fully open though, considering only the theme park and ice skating rink was available. Then a few months later, the skiing and snowboarding was open. Now, even though the mall was not open to its full capacity of what they had available to do, they still had a decent amount of people come. In October and the rest of 2019, they had over an 800,000 in attendance. That is really good considering no retail stores were open at all. Plus how the water park was meant to open in November, that was pushed back till March, along with all the retail stores. But of course, that was when COVID-19 just shut down the economy, started the financial crisis we're in right now. Both of the malls are completely closed. They're not making any money. There's no sign of them reopening. So how does Mall of America play into this? Because the 555 Group, they own American Dream and Mall of America, in 2017, they had to somehow finance the project of American Dream. So they had to take out a high-interest loan with an added return of 49% and recoup the value of Mall of America of $1.4 to $2.8 billion. And with that mortgage they had from the bank, they financed American Dream, but they had to put up Mall of America as collateral because of how much money they were taking out. If you don't know what a mortgage is, it's when you pay back the money you took out over a long period of time. It could be between a few years, even a decade. It really depends how much is taken out. But in the last few months, the 555 Group, they weren't able to pay back some of their mortgage, which is going to cause them a lot more problems if they don't pay back the bank. And since they put up Mall of America as collateral, the 555 Group, they're going to lose possession of that complex, and the bank's going to hold on to the place until they find someone who'll be willing to buy it. But that is very uncertain. It could be months, years even. And if someone bought the location, they may not even open the mall. They could tear it down and build something else. That is just a possibility. I have three options I think the 555 Group may want to do and may be considering already to make sure this will never happen. The first option would be request a bailout or an extension on their mortgage. A bailout means they'll acquire a sum of cash to help relieve some of their debt, and then the expansion on their mortgage will help them prolong their payment. Now for option two, that would be for 555s to sell some of their equity to another corporation as a way to get more money to pay off their debt if they can't get a bailout. But the problem with this is, if they sell more stake in their company, that will make it a lot more confusing and they won't have as much power when they want to make decisions, or there's some kind of big financial move they have to make. They have to be considerate of their investors. Plus, for American Dream, they already have a number of companies that invested into that project. So I don't know if they're in the right position to add on another company. And in business, you typically want to hold on to as much equity as you can, just so you're the dominant force when you're deciding anything. Now, option three is my least favorite, and I really hope that 555 they don't do this. And that would be to sell American Dream. If they are in a tough situation, they are between a rock and a hard place, and it comes to the point that they have to pay back their mortgage immediately, they may have to sell American Dream in order to maintain their status with Mall of America and just pay back all their debt and just stick with the two malls they have with the West Edmonton and Mall of America and just have someone else deal with American Dream. This is drastic. We don't know what would happen to everything inside. I'm not sure if like Nickelodeon or DreamWorks could stay at American Dream because of licensing and IP rights. I'm not sure if they're exclusive to 555, but that's definitely a concern to these entertainment venues. Now, why I think 555 will even consider selling American Dream, when they do open, it's going to be even more of a struggle than when they were only partially open. So the mall stated they were going to have a 55% entertainment, and the rest would be strictly retail. And the Dream, they said they had a 95% lease on locations in the mall, which means basically the entire mall was going to be packed to the brim with stores. But now, after March, they said only 70% of the mall was going to be entertainment, and only 30% was going to be retail. That proves that stores were starting to pull out of American Dream, and now when the mall does open, there's going to be less shopping locations. And honestly, I don't blame these stores. It's not smart to open a franchise during this time, and it's not smart to open up a new business. It can be a lot more challenging opening up inside a mall, because if the mall is closed, then the entire mall isn't making any money at all, which hurts the retail on these stores. That makes it a risk for 555 to hold on to American Dream, but certainly is a possibility if they just want to get out of this and not be in debt anymore. I am honestly concerned of what's going to happen to American Dream. We don't even know when American Dream's going to open. New York is in such a terrible situation right now, and they were hit the hardest. But because they're in New Jersey, zoning laws can hopefully help it open up a little sooner, depending how New Jersey is doing their phases. Mall of America in Minneapolis, I have no idea when that place is going to open, considering how Minnesota is right now. But will it ever come to the point where these malls will have to close, along with Nickelodeon Universe? I'm not sure. Like, go look at the video I made about Old Chicago. Some of the points I've mentioned directly relate to that mall that closed back in the 1980s. But looking at the situation today, probably not. I mean, every company in the country is struggling. 555 is no different. And like all businesses, I hope they'll pursue, get through this, and the malls will hopefully reopen for everyone. I just want to bring this to your attention. This is a legitimate concern right now, but hopefully it will soon just be a brush off the shoulder. So comment down below on what you think will happen to these massive malls, and will Nickelodeon Universe survive? Leave that down below. I read every comment. Please consider subscribing, and I'll see you all next time.